If the same mistake, label, code, or value appears dozens of times in your worksheet, you don't have to edit every cell manually. Excel Find and Replace tool can find those entries and replace them much faster. You might use Find and Replace to correct a repeated spelling mistake, update a product or department name, replace an old code, or simply locate a customer or invoice number. For example, if a worksheet uses nurse and is, and that name should now be northeast without hyphen, Excel can search for all text instead of making you inspect every row yourself. And Find and Replace isn't limited to words. It can also work with numbers, dates, and parts of the cell contents. You will learn how to find data using the ribbon and keyboard shortcut, and also how to replace data using the ribbon and the keyboard shortcut. You will also learn when to use replace versus replace all, and how options like match entire cell contents can prevent unwanted changes. I'm using a practice worksheet with a repeated text, codes, and dates so we can see how the different search behave. Before working on important data, saving your workbook is a good habit, especially if you might eventually use replace all. First, let's find something without changing it. On the Home tab, go to Editing Group, click Find and select, then choose Find. In Find What box, I will type Marketing, then click Find Next. Excel selects the next cell containing that search term. Each time you click Find Next, it moves to another match. One thing to notice is that Excel can find text inside a longer cell entry. If you search for is, for example, it may also find northeast. We will see how to control that later. You can open the same Find tool more quickly with the keyboard. Click any cell in the worksheet and press Ctrl F. Enter the text or value in Find What box, and use Find Next to move through the matching cells. Both methods open the same Find and Replace dialog box. The ribbon is useful when you are learning where Excel keeps the command, while Ctrl F is convenient when you search frequently. When you actually want to change matching data, open the Replace tab. The quickest way is using the keyboard shortcut. Hold Ctrl and +H. That opens Find and Replace directly on Replace tab, where you have both Find What and Replace With. You can reach the same place through the ribbon. Go to Home tab, find Editing Group, click Find and select, choose Replace. Both methods produce the same result. The shortcut is quicker, while the ribbon part may be easier to remember when you are new to Excel. When you are not sure every match should be changed, replace them one at a time. Here, I have customer spelled incorrectly, highlight in red color. In find what, I will enter the misspelled customer. In replace with, I will enter the correctly spelled customer. Instead of clicking replace all, click find next first. Excel show the matching cell so you can confirm that this is an entry you really want to change. Each time you click find next, Excel will highlight the data you want to find and to be replaced. Then click replace one by one. Excel changed that much and move on. This takes a little longer, but it gives you much more control. It's especially useful with important customer names, product codes, or financial records. If you know that every matching entry should change, you can use replace all. For this example, every QTR1 entry should become QUARTER1. Open replace with using the keyboard shortcut Ctrl H. Enter QTR1 in find what box. And enter QUARTER1 in replace with box. Then choose replace all. Replace all is fast, but Excel does not ask you to approve every individual change. If the search term appears somewhere you didn't expect, that entry can be changed too. This partial matching behavior is one of the most important things for beginners to understand. If you search for East, Excel can find those letters inside Northeast or Eastern. So if you want to replace East with Eastern, could also alter a longer entry that you did not intend to change. In this example, Northeast that you don't want to change. Let me show you the example. In find what, I type East, and in replace with, I change it to Eastern. Then click replace all. So East changed to Eastern, but Northeast also changed to Northeastern, which we don't want. To solve this, open the replace by pressing Ctrl H. In find what box, the same type East. In replace with box, type Eastern, the name that you want to change from East to Eastern. Then you will see match case. or match entire cell contents. So choose match entire cell contents. Sometimes if you don't see this option, you can click the option to expand or collapse that option. For example, if you see like short like this, you can click options and choose match entire cell contents. This let Excel change only the data in the entire cell content. If the text is with the longer data, it will not be replaced. Click replace all. So east is changed to eastern and northeast stay the same without change. Find and replace also works with numbers. If product code 1001 needs to become 1002, enter those numbers in the same find word and replace with boxes, and use find next before deciding whether to replace or replace all. In this example, I choose replace all. Be careful with common numbers such as 1, 10, and 100. They may appear in price, dates, IDs, or other values you did not intend to change. In this example, number 1 appears in product code. As you can see, number 1 at the first letter. Also appear in date. There are number 1 here and here. Number 10 also appears here, 1 and O, 1 and O. 100 also appear here, 1002. For example, if I replace 1 with 5, enter 1 in find what, 5 in replace with, then check match entire cell contents. Because if you don't check this, Excel will replace 1 in column A, also in column G. If we take this as the previous tutorial, Excel only replace entire cell that contains number 1. Click replace or replace all. So only the cell change from 1 to 5. That need another check because Excel can store and display them differently depending on formatting. Select a date cell, look at the formula bar, then search using a matching date format. In the example, in formula bar, it is 01/01/2026, but in cell G4, which contains the date, it shows 1/1/2026. So if we find using 1/1/2026, Excel cannot find it because the exact number is 01/01/2026. Excel can find it, which is in G4. The options area give you more control over what Excel searches. Within determination whether Excel searches the current sheet or entire workbook. Use sheet when you only want the worksheet you are viewing. Be careful with workbook because a replacement could affect sheet you are not looking at. Search control whether Excel search by row or by columns. Most beginners can normally leave this as its default. Login determines whether Excel search formulas, value, notes, and comments. For normal displayed cell result, values is the useful choice described in this lesson. Match case makes capitalization matter. With it turned on, searching for lowercase apple will not find apple with capital A. Likewise, east with capital E and east with normal E are treated differently. If we leave match case unchecked, Excel will search all rows or columns that contain is or apple and ignore capital letters or normal letters, and match entire cell contents, which we just used. Limit the search to exact cell contents. For example, an exact search for A1 will not treat a longer entry contain A1 as the same match. If we list this unchecked, Excel will search all row and column contain A1. The four main buttons also have different jobs. Find next moves to one matching cell at a time. Find all lists every match so you can review where the search term appears. For example, before replacing apple with lowercase letter to apple with uppercase letter, find all lets you inspect every apple result first. Replace change the current match only. For example, I find apple with lowercase letter and I want to replace with apple with uppercase letter. The current apple with lowercase letter is in cell A2. When I click replace, it changes only A2 to apple with uppercase letter. The other apple like A8 is still lowercase letter. Replace all, change every match at once. For example, I have apple with lowercase letter in cell A2 and A8. When I change to apple with uppercase letter and click replace all, so it changes all cells. When you are unsure how broad a search is, find all is one of the safety buttons to use first. Most find and replace mistakes come from searching too broadly. First, don't use replace all before you understand the matches. Use find all or find next. Review what Excel finds and then decide whether to replace all is appropriate. Second, check with it. If it says workbook, Excel can search across several sheets where you only mean to change the current one. Third, take extra care with short search such as A1. Those letters may occur inside longer text. Match entire cell contents can help. A save routine is simple. Save the workbook. Select the area if necessary. Search, review the matches, replace, and then check the worksheet. Quick recap. Remember the main pattern. Search first, review the matches, and replace only when you know the results are correct. Use Ctrl plus F to find, Ctrl plus H to replace, and find all when you want to check the matches before making bigger change. Continue improving your Excel data skills with the Working with Data in Excel playlist, or watch the next recommended tutorial. Subscribe to XcelTips for more simple, practical Excel lessons.